Hi guys, it's Miss Carosa. So I know that you guys have had kind of a PC year in terms of your geometry teaching. I'm going to try to fix that whole deal. I know that some of this is probably going to be a little bit of a review. I apologize. I'm going to try to make it as easy as it possibly can be, especially because of what's going on, in the world. So these are going to be very, very simple lessons. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna follow me. If you have a notebook or a piece of paper to write notes on, that's great. I'll go in a relatively slow pace. This video might be a little bit longer just because I'm kind of doing intro stuff. So after you click the video, like this video, the video lesson 1, that's this video. You are going to practice after using the IXL link. Okay, so that will be Monday and Wednesday for you guys. So it will mean that you have Monday and Tuesday to do Monday's lesson, and then Wednesday and Thursday to do Wednesday's lesson. And then all that stuff is due on Thursday, and then on Friday we're going to do kind of like a mini assessment, whether we do that live or if we do that using a piece of paper and an actual assessment. We'll figure that out as we go along. Okay, so here is today's lesson. We are talking about lines, points, and planes. Again, it should be a review. I apologize if this is kind of familiar to you, but that means that it's going to be pretty easy. Alright, so points, lines, and segments. So there's not going to be a whole heck of a lot of math here, which is probably, for some of you guys, thrilling, I would imagine. Okay, so first we've got some vocab. So a point is a location, meaning it's a spot in space. It doesn't have a size, even though it looks like it has a size. Obviously, I could say, okay, this is a tiny little point. It doesn't have width, length, depth. It doesn't have length, all that stuff. Okay? And we always kind of look at it like a dot. That's how we would denote a point. Okay? The next term is a ray. So a ray has an actual start point and a direction. So we start with a point and we have an arrow. That's how we would write a ray. Okay? Infinitely means that it continues on and on and on. Okay? So in this ray's situation, it's to the right. Okay? Alright. This is a line segment. Looks like I didn't highlight the entire vocabulary word. So a line segment. So the word segment means a piece. So it's a piece of a line or a part of a line that connects 2 points. Okay? That means that that line has a start and a finish with those 2 points. Alright. A line. So the word line means that it's infinite, meaning that it starts in one place, but it doesn't actually start. It continues all the way to the left, and it finishes all the way to the right. We don't have an actual start or finish. Okay? We consider that having one dimension, and it's infinite in both directions. Alright, the last piece of vocab is a plane. Okay? Not like the plane that you have in the sky, or not like a grassy plane. It means that it's like a flat surface. Okay? It's a flat and two-dimensional surface. Also, it continues infinitely unless we kind of define that. And here it looks like it has, an actual endpoint, but we have to define that. Alright. So that's the vocabulary. So I put some examples down here. So how you would name them, meaning you assign letters and stuff. So the point, I would label it like this. I would say, okay, point A or point Q, and I would say it as point A or point Q. It sounds pretty obvious, right? That one's pretty normal, right? Alright, so for array, okay, you could draw it like this, or you could put the little ray above it. It has to be that it starts here and there's an arrow at it on the top. And you would call it ray AB. You can't call it ray BA because you have to label it where it starts, okay? So because it starts at the A point, we cannot label it AB. We have to go in the direction that it starts to where it finishes, okay? All right. So a line segment is a little bit different, okay? So if I have line segment CD, because there's no actual direction with a line segment, whereas there is a direction in the ray over here. So I could say this as line segment CD, or I could say it as line segment DC. Make sense? Almost done. All right. The line works the same way, okay? If this is line EF, or again, you put the line with the arrows both directions, EF, I can either say line EF or line FE. Okay? Notice my little things on top, my little like diagram markers. Alright, and my last one is my plane. See how I have the A, the C, the T, the S, and I also have this? A lot of times you will either have a plane labeled as either the 4 points, so you could call it CATS, so like cats, trying to be cute. It does not matter if you called it ATSC. It doesn't matter as long as you go around. Or you could call it whatever letter is in the middle, or sometimes they'll label it like plain L or plain P. You can just call it by whatever the letter is in the middle, as long as it's not a point in the middle, and they just throw a letter in there. It's a little confusing with the plain sometimes. I think it's easier to label it CATS. Remember, you can't like call it CAST. You have to walk around the plane. Have to have some sort of direction. All right. So that is it for today's lesson. So what I'm going to do is what I am trying to do for each lesson is that if I see that there's like a still shot of my notes here that I think that you would benefit from, if you get stuck in the video, I'm going to take a picture of it and stick it onto the assignment. Okay? So you are welcome to either print them out or copy them in your notebook. I think it's really, really helpful if you have these things in your notebook, or if you wanted to paste my picture into like a working document in your Google Drive, that's totally fine. If you want to be able to read through my notes, that's cool. So now that we're done with this, and if you feel like you don't have any questions, 'cause it's really pretty straightforward, you can go on to the iExcel lesson. All right, guys, I will see you next time.